Going Nitrosites, it's me, the Nitro General, and welcome to another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee video. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say again in this video, I'm sorry for the videos not coming up super frequently. Like I said in the last video, my semester of college has started back up again, so I don't have quite as much time to dedicate to making videos on YouTube. Unless you guys really wanted me to just leave a comment, but I've yet to really receive a comment. So yes, I'm just gonna be uploading is when it's convenient for me. But yeah, anyways, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. So these games have been out for almost 3 months now. If you're a Pokemon fan and you have a Switch, then you probably have these games, unless you don't have the money or you didn't get them for Christmas. But I pre-ordered them, so if you want to watch, and before I really get into what this video is all about, I just want to say that I made a review of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu when the games first came out. This video does not change my review of that video at all. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you go and check it out first or after. It really doesn't matter. But any of my views that I put in that video are not going to be contradicted by anything I say in this video. I have now been playing this game for about 3 months now, almost every day since it's been released. And I've encountered something a little bit that I don't know if anybody else has really found out about the game that I just wanted to address. But the main thing that I'm saying, my problem with this Pokemon game is that it's too easy. Now, I don't know if I'm just getting way better at Pokemon recently or if the game itself is just easy. Now, it's not like the easiest thing like ever, like, oh my god, this game is so easy, why am I even playing it, or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But it is way easier than any other Pokemon game that they've ever released, in my opinion. So yeah. But one of the biggest things is that if you were a fan of a Pokemon game since the Game Boy like I was, then you probably know, and one of the best things about Pokemon, if you probably agree with me, is shinies. Now, in the original Pokemon games, when shinies first came out, when they first introduced color, which I think, and don't quote me on this because I could be wrong, was in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but I'm not sure. I don't quote me on that because I'm probably wrong. But in those games, like around the 2001, they started making Pokemon games where basically there would be an extremely rare chance that you'd get a Pokemon that was a different color than the regular Pokemon of the species. Now, a shiny Pokemon is no better than a regular Pokemon. It's not necessarily stronger. It doesn't get different moves. It's just shiny. It's just a different color. And many people will, breed for these to get like really EV and IV Pokemon and stuff like that. And this has been around since that. And there's been, in every reincarnation of the game, there's been different versions of how to shiny hunt and how to increase your odds of shiny hunting, whether it's chaining, like in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. There's chain fishing. There was the Dex Nav. There was SOS calling. There was, I don't even know what other ways there were right now, but like off the top of my head. But there's been so many ways to get shiny Pokemon. And the shiny chance in the other games, now I don't know the exact numbers, but I do know it was 1 in 4,000 and something. Now in these games, the shiny chances I think is the same, but I'm not sure. But when you put a lure on, it drops it down to, it cuts it right in half, like 1 in 1,000 and something. And with the shiny charm, it cuts it even more. And then with even a 31 streak, it cuts it down even more. With a 31 streak, the shiny charm, and the lure on, it cuts your chances for a shiny Pokemon down to 1 in 252, which is the best chances we've had in any Pokemon game. Now, I was like, oh, cool. And when I first started the game, I was getting a shiny Pokemon every 3 or 4 days, which was it was more frequent than in the other games when I shiny hunted. But I didn't have the shiny charm yet. Now I do have the shiny charm, and it's cut my chances down. And I'm getting 1 to 2 shiny Pokemon a day. Now that was really, really cool in the beginning, but shiny Pokemon used to be this awesome thing that was so rare in the game, and you were so awesome if you had these shiny Pokemon because they were the rarest thing in the game. You could hunt for weeks and weeks. I remember hunting in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it would take me a week or two to get one Pokemon with the Dex Snap because, and I wasn't constantly shiny hunting, but still, it would take me about a week, maybe 2, depending on how much time I had, to sit there and chain with the Dex Snap. I think it was 1 in 512 with the Dex Snap, and that was awesome, So when you got the shiny, it was so awesome because you had spent so much time. But the reward for spending 2 or 3 hours chaining Pokemon is just not as awesome. Like, when I would first get a shiny Pokemon, I'd freak out. Now I'm just like, hey, look at this shiny Pokemon. And so many people are going to have a shiny Pokemon. I have a 10-year-old cousin that had bought this game, and he's found 3 shiny Pokemon already. 3 shiny Pokemon, and he doesn't even shiny hunt. And he doesn't even have the shiny charm. And he doesn't even care about the shiny Pokemon that much, yet he's found 3 of them. He's found 2 shiny Chanseys and a shiny Magnemite. And so it's just the shiny Pokemon aren't that rare anymore. They're so common. And they're not, I know they weren't really that rare in Pokemon Go, which is okay because there really wasn't competitive battling and stuff like that in that game. But when they added, so now you can transfer all these Pokemon, and there's probably going to be a way where you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go to Generation 8, which, if you guys didn't know, Nintendo has just announced that they're making a Generation 8 game going to be released later in this year, which I am super hyped about. Leave a like down below if you're hyped as I am. Probably going to be released in November, just like all the rest of the Pokemon games has been for the last 4 years. So yeah, I mean, Omega Rubies and Alpha Sapphire, X and Y, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, all that I know of have been released sometime between November 15th and November 25th. So you can probably expect it to be out somewhere in there. So, but anyways, so shiny Pokemon used to be this thing where people would hunt for days and days, and they would freak out when they got this thing that was just another color, and it would show it off. But in these new games, it's just so common. I mean, in the last 48 hours, I have gotten 4 different shiny Pokemon. And since last Friday, I've gotten 5. I've gotten a shiny Spearow, I've gotten a shiny Ekans, I've gotten a shiny Cubone, I've gotten a shiny Machoke, and I got a shiny Nidoran male. And all of these were in the last few days, 4 of which were in the last 48 hours. I got the Ekans and the Nidoran 2 days ago, and I got the Cubone and the Machoke last night. So, yes, it's cool and everything, and I'm still going to go for the shiny living dex like I have been trying to, but they are so common that everybody's going to have a shiny Pokemon. So what is even the sense of even catching these Pokemon if they aren't even rare, if they're not cool anymore because they're just so freaking common? And if you can transfer these Pokemon to the next games, then you're just going to have all these shiny Pokemon in Generation 8, and you aren't even going to have the shiny hunt. And not even on the shiny part, but they have all these Pokemon that are like, oh, these rare Pokemon spawn. Like, I think the ones that are rare that they say are Chansey, Porygon, there's a few other ones, but literally, if you get a chain up, you can be lucky and get one, and Lapras. Or if you get up to at least an 11 chain with one Pokemon, there will be one on the screen every second. As soon as it despawns, another one will spawn. And that's just it. So how are they rare if you can just catch 11 of the same Pokemon, and you can just catch as many of these Pokemon as you want every 2 seconds? And it's just, It's just, how is that? They're not rare. Note there are certain Pokemon that have a lower spawn rate, but if you spend 20 minutes hunting, you're gonna find it. And like these ones are like Pinsir and Scyther and Ditto and stuff like that. So these Pokemon now necessarily aren't rare Pokemon, they just have lower spawn rates, but you can still find one at least in a 20-minute span. So none of these Pokemon, they say, are freaking rare. After you beat the game and I'm shiny hunting and there are 3 or 4 Dragonites and Charizards flying above me. Like, what is the sense of even, like, these Pokemon are supposed to be really rare, yet I can just look up and see 3 Charizards and 2 Dragonites flying above me? Like, how? Like, what is with this game and just holding your hand and making everything so easy? And just my biggest thing is that the shiny Pokemon are just so common now. They're way easy to get. And getting 1 to 2 to, even if you put your mind to it, 3 shiny Pokemon a day? Like, come on, man. Oh, and in that day I was hunting for the Nidoran male, I also found a shiny Furo too, but I didn't catch it because I already had one. But I mean, so that was three shiny Pokemon I found in one day. So what I don't understand is how and why is Game Freak making it so easy to get these Pokemon? Because shiny Pokemon used to be trophies that you could show off. You spend all your time and you finally find one, and you can be like, hey, check this Pokemon out I got. It's a different color and it's shiny, and then you can go on and trade people, and people be like, oh my god, you got a shiny whatever, shiny Nidoking, shiny Typhlosion, I don't even know. And you know, all these Pokemon. And the only thing is I can say the only ones that would be actually hard to get are the Alolan forms and the legendaries, and those are soft resets. And still, with the legendaries, you can still probably get a shiny legendary within a couple hundred soft resets. And so it's just so easy in this game, and the shiny Pokemon are so common that it's just not as fun. And I have so many things that I hope they bring back from Pokemon Let's Go and Gen A. I really hope they bring back the sprites in the grass. I really hope they... I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. But I do really hope that there's so much of this game that they implement in Gen 8. And I have such high hopes. But since this... And the only thing is that I have high hopes because this is not... Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu were not main series games. They were not... They're spin-off games. You know, they're separate from the line that all the rest of the Pokemon games in the last 5-6 years have been. They're not in that same line. It's kind of like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon kind of, you know, Pokemon Ranger kind of separate timeline kind of thing. And so that's why you can do that. And that's why I've got really high hopes that they're not going to let you transfer those Pokemon over. And if they do, then I'm obviously going to transfer all my shinies over, but I might... You know what, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave my shinies in this game, and hopefully they increase the shiny chance back up. And I never thought I would say that, but I want shiny Pokemon to be harder to find. I want to work for these. I want, you know, after you beat the game, I want to work for these things that when you get them, it's such a reward, such a payoff to get these things. I mean, it's not even a reward anymore. Like last night when I found the shiny Cubone, I was just like, oh, nice shiny Cubone. I mean that's cool, and it goes into my shiny living dex, but it's just not. I don't even know. You know, I've said this about 10 times in this video already, and you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but they're just so common. It's not even fun to shiny hunt anymore. Pokemon just aren't rare. There's not one Pokemon in the game that's actually rare that you actually have to spend time doing. This game holds your hand and is so easy that it's just... There's nothing that takes time in this game. You know, there's no battle resort or battle tree or anything where you can go and battle and build up to get stuff, to get rewards, because they give you all these Megastones for 30,000 a piece, and that's not even that hard. You go into the Elite Four and get $60,000 for beating them, and you can buy 2 Megastones. I mean, Even that, I just want there to be something harder. I want shiny Pokemon to be something that when you get, you are so excited that it's so rare. And I guess my main point of this video is that shiny Pokemon just are so common with the shiny charm and everything that it's almost not fun to shiny hunt anymore. And that was one of my favorite things about Pokemon, was the shiny Pokemon, being able to put time in and find this really cool Pokemon that you can show off to your friends. But there's a really, really, really good chance that your friend's gonna have found 5 more shinies in the time that you found 5 too. They're just so common. And even without the shiny charm, it still took me 3 or 4 days, which was a little bit more of a reward to get the shiny Pokemon when you spend 3 or 4 days than when you spend 3 or 4 hours. And I would rather spend 2 weeks trying to get a shiny Pokemon than, you know, I'd love to go back to the Dex Nav. The Dex Nav was by far my favorite way of chaining for shiny Pokemon, because it showed you how close you were, how far you were. You didn't even have to keep track of it, and you knew that within 1 in 512. I mean, with this one, you know, 1 in 252. It's just so easy to get a shiny Pokemon. It's almost not fun. And I just kind of wanted to get this video out. I wanted to know what you guys think. I don't know if it's just me, and I don't know if I'm being a little dramatic, but I'm just saying how easy it is, and I would really rather they went back to, in Gen 8, I hope they go back to the original ways of shiny hunting and increasing or decreasing the rate, so you even 1 in 512. Again, which would be even, that would be nice, because you're going to spend more time than just a couple hours getting a shiny. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to get any more shinies in Pokemon Let's Go, because I am going to try to do the shiny deck, shiny living decks. I have been saying that since I started. And because the shiny chances are decreased, I can do that. And I'm just saying, though, if you can't transfer them back over, then it's really, really worth it to get all these shiny Pokemon. Because then you have, if I get a whole thing of all these shiny Pokemon that I worked for, then I spent the time. I'm going to get 10 shiny Pokemon in the time it took me to get 1 shiny Pokemon in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire or Sun and Moon. And I didn't do a ton of shiny hunting in Sun and Moon, but I did enough. And, but yeah, guys, so I just kind of wanted to get this video out for you guys. I'd love to know what you think. So just put it down in the comments below. If you like this commentary, make sure to leave a like on this video. Make sure to slap that subscribe button if you're new. If you like this video, and hit that bell if you want to make sure you don't miss another one of my videos. It's alright if you don't, but yeah, just support the channel, and make sure you leave more comments down there of other Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee videos you want me to go over. Any new games coming out you want me to review. Any other topics you think would be good for a rant room, just make sure you put them down below, and I will take them into consideration. But yeah, guys, so I guess that's it for me. I will see you whenever I see you next. NitroG out. Peace.